What is good, dog? It is the Don Daddy. It is midnight, and we have a new What If series on hand, and it is What If Deku was in One Punch Man. As you can see from behind me, I love One Punch Man. I love my hero. I really do. I adore both of them. I really enjoy the universes that they're in. I enjoy the characters way more, honestly, the supporting cast of the main protagonist. But that's a video for a different day. Today we're going to be talking about what if we took Deku from My Hero and we threw him into the universe of One Punch Man, and how I think that would unfold and how Deku would be in that universe. So before we hop into it, I think part one, which is obviously this part, is going to be a lot of background history. It's going to be before the anime starts, right? In part two, it's going to be how I think Deku would be in that universe throughout the first season of the anime. And then we might do a part three of how I think it would be in the second part of the anime, so season two. And then I might go into manga spoiler only territory. But that really depends on if you guys really like the series or not. So, part one, let's talk about how Deku would be in the One Punch Man universe before the start of the anime. And to do so, there are a few bullet points we need to hit. First off, this is going to be a 14-year-old Deku at the start of the anime, so he's going to be an 11-year-old Deku when we start talking about his character. There's a reason for this. Because 15 years before the anime starts, the One Punch Man anime, is when the first monster appears. So, monsters appear a year before Deku is born. So, Hero Society is obviously going to be new in this universe. How new, you might ask? Well, the Hero Association is actually made only 3 years prior to the show. It's actually made after Saitama saves the grandson of the founder, which is the butt chin kid from the crab. That is when Saitama starts his training, and that is when the Hero Association is formed. Go a year and a half in the future, and Saitama has already been training for that long. He's starting to lose his hair, and he saves this city from a demon level monster. Those are the points that you need to know. You go another year and a half in the future, and you're at the start of the anime. So how does this play a role with Deku? Well, I think the first biggest thing that changes with Deku is that he doesn't grow up with the desire to be a hero, and he doesn't grow up being picked on for being quirkless, because quirks aren't a thing. People are just normal humans, and Deku is easy at making friends. I mean, him and Bakugo were friends before Bakugo started to get his quirks, and Deku didn't get one, and that made the difference in the hierarchy. Without that, I think Deku has a very normal life, growing up to this point, playing and joking with friends. Yes, there are monsters that appear, but they don't seem to be appearing frequent enough for it to matter. There are random attacks here and there throughout it, and there are heroes who are being, there are heroes who are out there, but there's no government official basis of, these heroes or these classes or things of this nature. I mean, to be fair, X-rank heroes didn't start until half a year after they started the Hero Association. There were only classes A through C. So he doesn't have that. So I think this is a much more confident Deku in this universe. And the other thing is, which I mentioned, he's not quirkless. So there's nothing really holding him back from pursuing dreams of being a hero. So I think this is a Deku who trains his physical body. And as an 11-year-old, I think that a lot of this is his agility. I think the Deku in this universe is a lot more mobile than the Deku when we originally see him. I think he's really close to being on par with the Deku of My Hero, minus the quirk, of course. So where he might not be able to jump leaps and bounds instantaneously with his training, he can do flips, he can do rolls, he can tumble, he can He can jump higher. He has these natural abilities because that's what he's been training to do. And I think that he's able to learn more actual martial arts, more actual fighting, because those are the people he's going to be looking up to with those first year and a half of training. He's going to be looking up to people like Bang, who is a martial artist. He's going to be training to do things like this. So I think he has some more fighting background than the Deku that we know. I also think he has a giant changing moment, because I think he was living like Z City, and that means that when the city gets attacked by the demon level monster a year and a half before the start of the show, Deku would be there around 12 to 13 years old. And to give a quick story, everyone gets sent to a shelter, including Saitama. He doesn't know it's a shelter. He gets there, the shelter doesn't have a bathroom, and he has to pee really, really bad. He gets impatient. He ends up busting a hole in the wall to go to the convenience store. I think that a 12-year-old or 13-year-old Deku sees this, and he immediately says, I want to be that strong. It's just like watching your favorite basketball player or football player up close. It's a different feeling when you're there and you can talk to him. And I think he runs up to Saitama and he asks him, how did you get this strong? And I think Saitama tells him exactly what he does. And I think from that point forward, Deku does that training regimen. This is where we're at. We're at a confident, strong martial artist Deku who has the goal of becoming a hero. So this is where we're going to end part 1. In part 2, we will start off in the beginning of the anime, and I will tell you what I think Deku would be like then, how I think he might be able to affect the story, either on or off screen, and how he will interact with the main cast. If you have enjoyed, please let me know by leaving a like, sharing it, mainly commenting. I really want to be able to talk to you guys. Follow me on Twitter, or whatever you think is best. I really just want to talk to you guys, chat, and have a good time. So I will see you all next time. Peace.